Part 62. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wangshi-san. Chapter 611. Summon the Bone Dragon. Undead Sacrifice. Yang Tian cast spells continuously, all of which were instantaneous. In the blink of an eye, a pitch-black sacrificial shield appeared on Yang Tian's body again, and a 2.5 trillion HP shield bar appeared above his head. Armor-piercing arrows. Multiple arrows. Qianben Shuiying attacked continuously, but the shield bar above Yang Tian's head lost very little blood. The Big Brother Luo and Qianben brothers and sisters panicked instantly, without the courage to fight, and quickly turned around and ran away. Undercurrent. Undercurrents appeared under Yang Tian's feet, spreading 100 yards and slowing down the three people. The next battle was naturally no suspense. In the end, Yang Tian and his men killed them all, making this battle finally lonely. We lost the fight, it's shameful, too shameful. Our great Japanese war zone was attacked, and no one could stop us. It's over. This time, our Japanese war zone may have become a laughing stock in the world. That muddy water is really terrible. Why is he not a player of our great Japanese war zone? The audience below was filled with anger and wailed continuously. And this scene immediately made Yang Tian and his friends feel extremely satisfied and proud. In any case, the result of this battle will definitely be posted online and known to the world. And Yang Tian and his friends are representing the Chinese war zone and becoming famous in the world. In the sky, Yang Tian and his friends stood in the air, looking down, scanning the spoils of war that Miyamoto Takeshi, Big Brother Luo and the other four had exploded. At this time, many Japanese players were already scrambling for those spoils. Yang Tian and his friends didn't care. First of all, it's impossible for a player to explode blood, and Miyamoto Takeshi and his friends didn't have any artifacts or holy weapons. The spoils they exploded were not too precious. Yang Tian and his friends just glanced around and lost interest. Yang Tian and his friends valued their status, so they naturally couldn't attack those ordinary Japanese players, so they set off again. After several hours, Yang Tian and his friends successfully approached the red dot coordinates of the Tian Empire. System, you found the 10,000 Snake Cave and gained 200,000 experience points. Passing through a cave, with the system prompts ringing in their ears, Yang Tian and his friends came to a slightly dark canyon. This 10,000 Snake Cave is like a huge leaky cave. In the dark canyon, there are all kinds of poisonous snakes, with levels ranging from 150 to 180, most of which are Lord level. And in the canyon, there are many Japanese players who are leveling up by killing monsters. When they found Yang Tian and his friends, they were startled at first, and then they roared and rushed over. Yang Tian and his friends valued their status and were unwilling to kill ordinary players, but if ordinary players took the initiative to provoke them, they would not be able to not fight back. Boom! After Yang Tian and his team attacked together, they instantly wiped out the group of Japanese players, and the battle ended quickly and fiercely. Then, Yang Tian and his team did not stop and continued to move towards the red dot coordinates. On the other side, after several hours of settling down from the previous battle, the Japanese forum had been blown up. At the beginning, in the Japanese forum, there were only many Japanese players discussing and analyzing, and of course there were also people scolding Miyamoto Takeshi, Big Brother Luo and others for not living up to their expectations. Afterwards, players from overseas countries logged in and posted mocking posts. Many Japanese players were naturally unwilling to accept this, and in this case they would still be united. They could scold Miyamoto Takeshi and others, but others could not, so they started to spray each other. So, the previous battle successfully evolved into what it is today, a world-class verbal war. Ha ha ha, little Japanese, you are still too rubbish. You were invaded by the strong men in our Chinese war zone and beaten by us, but you had no power to fight back. A Chinese player posted a mocking post. Muddy Waters is the strongest team in your Chinese war zone, right? In our Great Japan war zone, there are still many super masters who have not come out. Winning once is nothing, look at how proud you are. And you bastards from other countries, why are you so arrogant? We in the Great Japan war zone can still beat you. Many Japanese players kept spraying. But they sprayed, but they had no confidence. Now several hours have passed, and Miyamoto Takeshi and others seem to have admitted defeat, and there is no reaction at present. And these ordinary players can only watch Yang Tian and others rushing around in the Japanese war zone and doing whatever they want. Emperor Legion. At this time, Miyamoto Takeshi and Big Brother Lugo both looked very ugly. Of course, they also paid attention to the internet, watching countless people on the internet, even some Japanese players scolding themselves. Their mentality will naturally be affected. Mentality is also a very important thing for the strong. The two brothers and sisters of Qianben were also next to them, and their faces were naturally not good. "Oh, what do you think of Han Shui's combat power?" asked Lugo, the boss, in a deep voice. He thought he understood the game Taegzu very well, but he still couldn't understand the scene where Yang Tian killed Gong Binwu in seconds. It has nothing to do with combat power. He is just a saint king. How high can his combat power be? Can it be compared with my greedy wolf bloodline? Gong Binwu asked back. Gong Binwu is very confident in his greedy wolf bloodline. This is normal. After all, among the many god-level bloodlines, the dragon bloodline, the eight-winged angel bloodline, and the eight-winged demon bloodline are already in the first tier, and are the best of the best. And the greedy wolf bloodline, if in the hands of an emperor-level player, is much more powerful than those three bloodlines. The blood of the greedy wolf is probably the strongest blood, which is speechless. Then, Big Boss Lugo was stunned. It should be real damage. At that time, I had more than 3 trillion HP and extremely terrifying defense. Even the eight-winged angel could hardly shake me, let alone kill me instantly, Miyamoto Takeshi analyzed. Real damage? The two brothers and sisters of Qianben were stunned and couldn't believe it. Greedy wolf and those with greedy wolf blood are all incarnations of darkness, pure dark creatures. They are angels who restrain dark creatures very well, and the damage they cause to dark creatures is close to real damage. But it is not real damage. Because, although most dark creatures have extremely low light resistance does not mean that there is no light resistance at all, there is still a little bit. And even if the light resistance of dark creatures is very low, the basic defense and double guard are the same as ordinary people. Angels restrain dark creatures, which can only be said that they are good at fighting dark creatures, but that is not the real damage. It can be seen from this that real damage is a terrifying effect. True damage, does it really have this attribute? That's too abnormal, Big Brother Lugo questioned. There is a legend of the 4 sacred beasts in ancient China, but I have also heard of another legend of the 4 sacred beasts that is not unique to China and is considered world-class, Miyamoto Takeshi suddenly said. What legend? Big Brother Lugo and Qianben were both stunned. In fact, they are not the 4 sacred beasts, but 3 evil gods and a god of justice, Miyamoto Takeshi said. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 612. Greedy Wolf, Dowdy, Lustful Snake, White Tiger. Greedy Wolf craves power. Dowdy is big-mouthed and greedy. No, that's not greedy. Legend has it that it can even swallow a world. Lustful Snake, as its name suggests, is greedy for colors. The higher the power of Greedy Wolf, the stronger it is. Dowdy, I guess the more it eats, the stronger it is. Lustful Snake, cough. These are the 3 evil gods, gifted with extraordinary talents, all of whom are the masters of darkness and evil. White Tiger is the god of justice, the embodiment of light and justice. Its original strength is not as good as any of the 3 evil gods, but it is the nemesis of some darkness and evil. Because of this, the three evil gods can only run away when they see White Tiger. Miyamoto Takeshi said continuously. In the game, he is a super strong man. In reality, he is also in a superior position and knowledgeable. You mean? Big Brother Ludo and Qianben were both stunned. Well, I suspect that Han Shui has the blood of the White Tiger, because the White Tiger is also one of the four sacred beasts of China. Miyamoto Takeshi said decisively. Impossible, absolutely impossible. Qianben Blood Eagle shook his head hurriedly, in disbelief. Huh, Miyamoto Takeshi's evil eyes swept over Qianben Blood Eagle. Qianben Blood Eagle trembled all over and said, no matter who it is, they can only have one bloodline. Han Shui already has the Black Tortoise bloodline, and it is impossible for him to have the White Tiger bloodline. But you said before that Han Shui has the blood of the dragon. Miyamoto Takeshi said calmly. Qianben Blood Eagle was stunned. He may have just changed his bloodline. Qianben Blood Eagle sighed. Change his bloodline, is he willing to do it? Every time he changes his bloodline, the previous bloodline will be automatically covered and disappear. Moreover, Han Shui himself has a Black Tortoise battle pet. Doesn't he need the dragon bloodline more than the Black Tortoise bloodline? Miyamoto Takeshi said in a row. Big Boss Ludo was shocked. The Qianben brothers and sisters were shocked. So I suspect that Han Shui has more than one bloodline. At present, he has at least three bloodlines, the dragon, the White Tiger, and the Black Tortoise. Miyamoto Takeshi's eyes flashed, and he finally said the fact he believed. His Big Brother Ludo and the Qianben brothers and sisters all took a breath, their faces shocked and speechless. Having one bloodline is very amazing. If you have three bloodlines at the same time, even if the attributes cannot be superimposed, the extra bloodline skills are extremely terrifying. At this time, an internal member suddenly sent intelligence information, report, the whereabouts of Han Shui and others were found in the 10,000 Snake Cave. In the past few hours, although they did not personally deal with Yang Tian and others, they still sent spies to follow them, so they knew the movements of Yang Tian and others very well. 10,000 Snake Cave, isn't that the lair of the nine-headed Snake King? First it was the Greedy Wolf Palace, and then the 10,000 Snake Cave. Why can they always find the beast? The Qianben brothers and sisters said angrily, thinking that Yang Tian and his friends were too lucky. Upon hearing this, Miyamoto Takeshi snorted coldly and said, it's very simple, because they have some means to lock the coordinates of the beast. Big Brother Ludo and the Qianben brothers and sisters were both stunned. They suddenly recalled that Yang Tian had slaughtered hundreds of beasts crazily in the previous month, which triggered world broadcasts many times and shocked the world. For a while, combined with Miyamoto Takeshi's speculation, they thought about it terribly. Muddy Waters is really a son of destiny. Miyamoto Takeshi sighed, his evil eyes full of jealousy and hatred. Even though he has the blood of Greedy Wolf, in his opinion, Muddy Waters has more than him. Alliance leader Miyamoto, to be honest, I still think it is impossible for Muddy Waters to have multiple bloodlines at the same time. After all, I have never heard of such a thing before. Qianben Blood Eagle still maintained his point of view. Yes, my opinions are all speculations, without any real evidence. After all, in the previous battle, we only saw Han Shui use the ability of the Black Tortoise bloodline, but not the White Tiger bloodline and the Shenlong bloodline. I guess that the ability of the White Tiger bloodline may be a passive skill, or an invisible buff skill, and there is no change on the surface of the body, just like my Greedy Wolf bloodline. But the Shenlong bloodline, the Shenlong transformation, is very obvious. If Han Shui uses the Shenlong transformation next, I don't need to say more, he must have the Shenlong and Black Tortoise bloodlines at the same time. And since he can have two bloodlines at the same time, I think he can have three or even more bloodlines at the same time. Miyamoto Takeshi said continuously. His speculation was flawless. Even Qianben Blood Eagle nodded repeatedly, tacitly agreeing. Then next, they only need to know that Yang Tian used the Shenlong transformation again to prove that Miyamoto Takeshi's speculation and inference are all correct. At this time, Yang Tian Huangmao and his companions searched according to the red dots on the instrument and finally found a divine beast in the 10,000 Snakes Cave. The divine beast was extremely huge. Below its neck was a dinosaur-like dragon body, with a team of powerful dragon claws, a pair of earth-shaking dragon feet, and a slender dragon tail. And above its neck were 9 slender, ferocious snake heads of different colors. The red snake head had fire attribute attacks. The ice-blue snake head had ice attribute attacks. The white snake head had light attribute attacks. The pitch-black snake head had dark attribute attacks. The golden snake head in the center had a domineering body. The green snake head had armor-breaking abilities. The purple snake head had magic penetration abilities. The steel snake head has steel protection. The green snake head has magic protection. This beast is the Hydra King. Each of its heads has an independent health bar. In other words, the challenger can kill its 9 heads separately. Only by killing all 9 of its heads can it be truly killed. Haha, human ants. Brother, human ants often provoke us recently, but they can't kill us. It's really annoying. Hey, I don't find it annoying. I think it's quite fun. The 9 heads of the Hydra King actually started talking separately, and their voices were different. This once again confirmed that their 9 heads are different lives. It's just because of a trunk that connects them together. Or, a trunk gave birth to their 9 different lives. Although they each have different lives, if they attack the trunk, they may all be injured. However, from what they said, it seems that no one has been able to kill them so far. In other words, this 9-headed Snake King may still have a first kill. Realizing this, Yang Tian and his companions all smiled. After all, the benefits of killing the beast first were very gratifying. Huh? These ants are not afraid of us, and they are actually smiling. Brother, I can't help it, give the order to kill them. Several snakeheads looked eagerly at the golden snakehead in the center. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 613. Kill the golden snakehead ordered coldly. Immediately, including the golden snakehead, a total of 9 snakeheads sprayed dragon breath at the same time. They were obviously snakes, but they could spray dragon breath, and their dragon breath had different colors and power. Boom! A total of 9 dragon breaths, from different directions, suddenly burst out, crushing the air all the way, and blasted towards Yang Tian and his men. Sure enough, these 9 snakeheads can attack at the same time, the yellow-haired man said solemnly. Yang Tian and his men nodded, their faces serious. This 9-headed Snake King, a divine beast, is comparable to 9 divine beasts, and is unreasonably strong. No wonder no one in the Japanese war zone has taken its first kill so far. Roar! With a roar, the black tortoise suddenly swept down from Yang Tian's head and turned into its original size. At the same time, it summoned the phantom of the divine turtle, spreading a radius of 100 yards, covering all of Yang Tian and his 6 men. The next moment, the 9 dragon breaths almost simultaneously hit the phantom of the divine turtle, dissipated in an instant, and could not produce further effects. Only Suanwue, alone, endured the attack of the 9 dragon breaths. Ah! Suanwue roared, losing more than 2 trillion blood, and the blood bar on his head dropped by about 5% in an instant. Yang Tian and the other 6 were shocked, secretly thinking that the 9-headed Snake King was indeed ridiculously strong. Hey, what kind of monster is that? Such a perverted defense after the dragon breath, several snakeheads whispered to each other. Japanese players don't know much about Chinese mythical beasts. Japanese mythical beasts also have different understandings of Chinese mythical beasts. After all, the two sides rule different areas and have never met each other. Yang Tian and the others, Suan Wu, think that the nine-headed Snake King is very strong. And the nine-headed Snake King also thinks that Suan Wu is very strong. After all, they are not ordinary strong. Under their concentrated fire attack, few mythical beasts can still survive, not to mention that Suan Wu's life is only reduced by 5% at this time. Suan Wu is one of the 4 sacred beasts. It is at the top of the pyramid among the first-level sacred beasts, and its defense is even more abnormal. Yangtian Suan Wu is more powerful than ordinary Suan Wu. After all, it has eaten longevity peaches, but its HP is nearly twice as high as that of ordinary Suan Wu. Let's go to, focus on the torso, Yang Tian shouted loudly. In his previous life, he had never seen it with his own eyes, let alone challenged the Hydra King, so he didn't know the characteristics of the other party. Now, it all depends on the understanding of the game. Yes, the yellow-haired man nodded in response, and all of them aimed at the torso of the Hydra King and focused their fire. Bone Spear. TP Bone Spear. Sweeping thousands of troops. Thousand shadows killing. Explosive fire technique. Sky-high fire pillar. Heaven and earth collapsing. Shield strike. Yang Tian and the other 6 people frantically focused their fire on the torso. As they expected, the 9 snakeheads lost blood and wailed in pain. They may have shared the damage to the torso, and the degree of decline of their blood bars was the same. Although they each have their own lives and different means of attack, they are one body because of the connection of their trunks. When the trunk is attacked, all of their snakeheads are hurt at the same time. Hitting one is equivalent to hitting 9. Although they share the damage equally, it is still very effective. Yang Tian and the other 6 smiled with relief. In this way, the 9-headed Snake King will not be so scary. It hurts, boss. The 9 snakeheads floated separately, like a group of demons dancing wildly. Except for the golden snakehead, the other 8 snakeheads wailed. Well, I know, the golden snakehead roared in a deep voice. In an instant, the entire trunk of the 9-headed Snake King changed from the original black to golden red, which was the domineering state. When Yang Tian and the others attacked the trunk again, the 9 snakeheads would still be hurt, but the degree was very small and it didn't hurt. That was obviously because the trunk of the 9-headed Snake King had become the domineering state. Many snakeheads laughed sinisterly and continued to focus their fire on the phantom of the divine turtle, causing the blood bar on the top of the Suan Wu head to drop straight down. Yang Tian and his men continued to focus their fire on the torso, but it was difficult to have any effect. Just when Yang Tian and his men were fighting with the 9-headed Snake King. In this 10,000 snake cave, on many giant trees, there were already many assassins and spies sent by the Emperor's Legion, dormant in the lush leaves. Damn it, the Hun's Hues are too terrifying, they can actually fight the 9-headed Snake King to a standstill. Bullshit, are the Hun's Hues stronger, or is the Suan Wu stronger? Several assassins and spies have already formed a team. While watching the battle in front of them, they chatted in the team channel. Okay, stop arguing. What we need to pay attention to is not the battle itself, but whether Han Shui will use the dragon transformation next. This is an order from the leader, you must not neglect it, a captain-level spy said. Yeah, got it, everyone responded, saying nothing more, watching the battle in front of them carefully. Don't hit the torso, hit the snake head first, we will defeat them one by one, Yang Tian shouted. At this time, Suan Wu suddenly said, Boss, you guys hit the green snake head and the purple snake head first, those 2 guys can cause the most damage to me. The green snake head is a physical output with extremely high armor penetration. The purple snake head is a magic output with extremely high magic penetration. Previously, the 9 snakeheads focused their fire at the same time, causing damage to Suan Wu at the same time. Suan Wu couldn't tell who caused more damage to him and who caused less damage to him. But after being beaten so many times, it naturally discovered something. Yang Tian and the others' eyes lit up and nodded. Divine Dragon Transformation. Shocking the Forest. Divine Dragon Transformation. Blood Wolf Order. Yang Tian and Huang Malang 03 were all running at full speed. At this time, the spies were suddenly shocked and quickly told Miyamoto Takeshi the news that Yang Tian used the Divine Dragon Transformation. The spies sent a message that Han Shui used the Divine Dragon Transformation. Miyamoto Takeshi said coldly. Hiss. The big brother Luo and Qianben both took a breath. Especially Qianben Blood Eagle, his face was extremely complicated. He originally thought that Yang Tian had replaced the blood of the Divine Dragon with the blood of the Black Tortoise. So now, Yang Tian has replaced the Black Tortoise blood with the blood of the Divine Dragon? What a joke! The blood of the Divine Dragon and the blood of the Black Tortoise are both first-class powerful bloodlines. Who would be willing to exchange them? Even if you want to switch back and forth, you need to have so many bloodlines, and that is simply impossible. It seems that the guess of Alliance leader Miyamoto is correct. Han Shui can have multiple bloodlines at the same time. He has the blood of the dragon and the blood of the black tortoise at the same time. And the blood of the white tiger mentioned by Alliance leader Miyamoto should also be in Han Shui. In this way, everything can be explained. Tisk tisk, Han Shui, why is he so terrifying even though he is also a super strong man born in the war zone? God's left hand, I finally understand your unwillingness. In the Chinese war zone, with Han Shui, it is really difficult for you to stand out. Qianben Blood Eagle sighed incomparably. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 614. After confirming this news, the two brothers, Boss Luo and Qianben, had complicated expressions and were extremely afraid of Yang Tian. Miyamoto Takeshi's face was even more ugly. Yes, this conclusion was indeed his first guess, but he found it difficult to accept it. How he wished Yang Tian didn't have the blood of the white tiger. To sum up, Muddy Waters has the bloodline of the white tiger, and I have the bloodline of the greedy wolf, one of the three evil gods. This Muddy Water is my nemesis. In the same realm, I am definitely no match for him. But Lao Luo, you are also his nemesis, but your current methods are too few. There are 5 different 8-winged angel summons, and you can only summon one at present, Takeshi Miyamoto said continuously. The boss, Luo Yi, was startled and said quickly, well, I will go to the angel realm to kill all kinds of 8-winged angels, and try to collect the 5 kinds of 8-winged angel summons before the start of the World League. Yes, Takeshi Miyamoto nodded lightly. It's obvious that they have placed their bets on the World League in a month and a half. But now, they have completely given up on making trouble for Yang Tian and others, because they know that if they do that, they will only bring humiliation to themselves. On the other side, after Suan Wu's reminder, Yang Tian and the others went all out and decided to attack the cyan armor-piercing snakeheads and the purple magic-piercing snakeheads first. Yang Tian, Huangmao Xiaofilang, and others all rushed out towards the target. Qin Yu stayed behind and blasted out his instant magic skills towards the target. Brother, protect us, the green snakehead and the purple snakehead shouted quickly. Rest assured. The golden snakehead spoke coldly. Immediately, the size of the snakehead increased sharply and twisted, blocking Qin Yu's magic skills that originally hit the green and purple snakeheads. Boom, boom, boom. Qin Yu's several fireballs, wind blades, and ice bullets all hit the golden snakehead, but it was difficult to have any effect. The health bar on the head of the latter's head dropped by only about 1%. The golden snakehead is the boss of the 9 snakeheads. Although its output is average, its defense is very strong, and it is still in a hegemonic state, which makes it even more terrifying. Call out. The 4 Yang Tians wanted to break through the golden snakehead's defense, break in and attack the cyan snakehead and purple snakehead. but the golden snake head guarded them tightly, making it difficult for them to do so. The four Yangtians had no choice but to focus on the golden snake head first. Bang, bang, bang. The four people focused their fire and struck hard, causing the golden snake head's health bar to drop by about 10% again. Although this is still effective, if the four people focus their fire on the other snake heads, they are likely to kill them instantly. Because of this, the four Yangtians are not satisfied with the current battle situation. Haha, brother, let me control the torso first. Lao Chi and I can do the most damage to that monster. The green snake head suddenly laughed. The dinosaur torso of the Hydra Emperor was originally jet black. Previously, the golden snake head controlled the torso, causing the torso to turn golden and transform into a hegemonic state. But now, as soon as the green snake head finished speaking, his torso turned green again. Boom, boom, boom. The Hydra Emperor concentrated fire and attacked again. This time, not only the 9 snake heads, but also the Cyan torso were attacked. The Cyan dragon claws and Cyan dragon tail swept out wildly. Ouch! Suanwu howled in pain. This time it was seriously injured, and the blood bar on its head dropped to less than half in an instant. Forget about the other snake heads, but the green snake head, purple snake head and torso will cause very high damage to it. It quickly used life resuscitation and raised its health bar to about 85%. Its current situation was still very dangerous. After all, the cooldown time for life recovery is as long as 1 minute. A Yangtian and others were stunned. Only then did they realize that there was more than just a golden snake head. Each of the 9 snake heads can freely control the torso. At the same time, they control the torso, and the torso will become the attributes corresponding to them. Total annihilation. Huang Mao was quite clever. Taking advantage of the Hydra Emperor's torso being controlled by the green snake head and losing his dominance, he quickly swept out with a shot. However, at that moment, the Cyan torso turned into a golden torso again, and once again became the hegemonic state. It was obvious that the golden snake head regained control of the torso in an instant. That's it, 9 forms, switch at will. Yang Tian narrowed his eyes, and a flicker disappeared. The next moment, the netherworld assassin he transformed suddenly appeared in front of the green snake head. Shadow attack. In the latter's slightly horrified eyes, Yang Tian slashed with his sword, instantly cutting off 1/3 of his life. The damage deepens. In an instant, the green snake head didn't even have a chance to react and exploded to death. At the same time, Yang Tian used the effect of the shadow attack to form an afterimage behind him, and came behind the purple snake head at a speed second only to teleportation. The purple snake head suddenly felt something was wrong, but it was already too late. Backstab. Yang Tian struck back, triggering triple damage, and took away the purple snake head with one move. Yang Tian's massacre combo was extremely coherent and completed in one go. Swish. The green snake head and the purple snake head fell down weakly almost at the same time, and they were no longer alive. Hiss, the fighting power of this muddy water is really terrifying. Seeing Yang Tian using his thunderous method to kill the green and purple snake heads in an instant, the assassin spies of the Emperor's Legion all gasped and were shocked. Although their mission was over after they saw Yang Tian use the dragon transformation, this did not prevent them from staying to watch the battle. After all, attacking a divine beast is very exciting no matter who is fighting. And after watching the previous battle, they can roughly see that each of the 9 snake heads of the 9-headed Snake King has its own life, and each is comparable to a divine beast. In other words, Yang Tian's previous attack was comparable to killing 2 divine beasts in an instant. This method, this combat power, is really terrifying. Old 6. Old 7, seeing the green and purple snake heads drooping down weakly and losing their vitality, the other snake heads all ran away and attacked frantically. However, the damage they could cause to Suanwu was not high. The next battle was very simple. With the protection of the Phantom of the Divine Turtle, the lives of Yang Tian and his men were absolutely guaranteed, so they focused their fire on the nine-headed Snake King without thinking. Although the golden snake had manipulated the torso, turning the torso of the nine-headed Snake King into a dominant body, and the output of Yang Tian and the others was reduced by 10 times, they could still cause decent damage. The most important thing is that without the green and purple snake heads, they can no longer beat the black tortoise and will definitely lose. In the end, it was the yellow-haired man who killed the last snake head with residual blood and won the first kill of the nine-headed Snake King. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 615. The Hydra Emperor is a mythical beast in the Japanese war zone. Huang Mao's first kill did not trigger a worldwide broadcast, but only triggered a Japanese theater broadcast. But this still made countless Japanese players go berserk with anger. MMP, the first kill of the mythical beast in my own war zone was actually snatched away by a player from another war zone. This is really embarrassing. Ninview. Have you noticed that Muddy Waters and the others can always find the mythical beasts? Huang Mao scored the first kill of the Hydra Emperor, triggering the Japanese war zone broadcast and instantly alerting some of the higher UPS of the ninja department. In the past month, Muddy Waters killed hundreds of divine beasts, triggering world broadcasts and causing turmoil in the world. And recently, the guy named Yuwo Hanjian next to Muddy Waters also killed many mythical beasts. Having the ability to kill divine beasts is one thing, but how do they find so many divine beasts? Therefore, I suspect that they have some means of locating the coordinates of the Divine Beasts Alliance leader Hokage Kai said. It seems that's right. The 8-sect madman, Mizu Kage Lang, Kaze Kage Hayate, Amaterasu Saijao, and others all nodded solemnly. They were very envious in their hearts. They also had the means to kill the divine beasts, but it was difficult to find the divine beasts. Humph, it's a pity that there are no mythical beasts in our ninja empire. Otherwise, Muddy Waters and the others should come over, and then I will kill them to show the majesty of our great Japanese war zone. The Empire of the Heavenly Emperor, the Empire of Fallen Angels, Miyamoto Takeshi and the others really didn't live up to expectations. They were beaten by Muddy Waters and the others, which has caused many players to panic. It's really embarrassing, Reikage Shun said coldly. This person is extremely conceited. Haha, Shun, it's a good thing that you have confidence. Naruto Kai laughed loudly. The 8 madmen also smiled slightly. All of them have great confidence in Reikage Shun. After all, the latter is the strongest ninja among them. He can use the power of Thunder Release, Sharingan, Mangekyou, Susanoo, and even the 8-gate armor and tailed beasts at will. Because of this, they were eager to fight Yang Tian and the others, but they had no chance. Because of bad relations, it was impossible for them to take the initiative to go to the Emperor's kingdom. But they don't know that there is a divine beast in the ninja empire. Sooner or later, Yang Tian and others will invade their ninja empire. On the other side, Yang Tian and others began to clean up the loot. Because it was the first kill, the Hydra Emperor also revealed his own bloodline. Hydra Emperor bloodline, Xiaoguang/consumable after use, the attributes will be greatly improved, and the bloodline skill 9 transformations will be obtained. 9 transformations, instant, within 10 seconds, you can switch between fire attribute, ice attribute, light attribute, dark attribute, hegemony, double armor piercing, double magic penetration, double steel protection, double magic protection. These 9 transformations freely switch between kinds of buff. Cooling time, 1 minute. It has to be said that this Hydra Emperor bloodline is very versatile, but in fact, it is also quite mediocre. Just like the previous one, switching between the 4 attributes at will is very useless. Because most people only cultivate one attribute, for example, Yang Tian cultivates the dark attribute, and his dark attribute is extremely strong. Therefore, if the attribute is not restrained, his dark attribute damage is extremely high. but he has fire strength, light strength, and ice strength. The enhancement of these three attributes are extremely low or even non-existent. Even if he changes his attributes, there will be no increase in attribute strength, so he will naturally have no fighting power. The double armor penetration, double magic penetration, and double protection are pretty good, but they're not too strong either. Especially the buff of 9 transformations, which only lasts for 10 seconds. After all, Yang Tian's Divine Dragon transformation doubled all attributes and lasted for 3 minutes. The difference was clear at a glance. Among the 9 buffs of the 9 transformations, the Overlord body is considered the most powerful. After all, the Overlord body is already very powerful in 10 seconds. However, Yang Tian's Futurushan already has a hegemonic effect. If they are both hegemonic, they conflict with each other, and the effects cannot be superimposed. Therefore, Yang Tian didn't look down on the bloodline of the Hydra Emperor at all. It's also worth mentioning that Yang Tian's Taurus Tiangang also has a 10-second hegemony. The Overlord body and the Overlord body conflict with each other, and the effects cannot be superimposed. Because of this, after Yang Tian acquired the immovable mountain, he basically stopped using the Taurus Tiangang. Because even if used, the effects cannot be superimposed. But Taurus Tiangang is still useful sometimes. After all, it is as immovable as a mountain, and there is no hegemonic effect when it is moving. For example, Yang Tian can activate the Taurus Tiangang during a fight to resist the sneak attacks of powerful enemies. Not long after, Yang Tian and others had cleaned up the loot exploded by the Hydra Emperor. Let's go, Ninja Empire. Yang Tian led the team to set off again, flying towards the Ninja Empire. After several hours of flying, Yang Tian and others finally arrived within the borders of the Ninja Empire. As soon as they arrived, their movements were known to players in the country, and soon spread to the ninja department. The first team of the ninja division, that is, the 7 members of the Ninja Sentai, Kai Hokage, Shun Raikage, Madman Hakiman, Setaka Amaterasu, Hayate Kazekage, Nami Mizukage, and I Love Hinata. I Love Hinata, who has the Byakugan. In Taigzu, the white eye is a buff. When turned on, you can see the enemy's weaknesses and mark them. In Taigzu, there is no attribute of weakness, but Byakugan can forcibly see weaknesses. Within 1 minute of Byakugan's duration, I Love Hinata can see everyone's weaknesses and attack them, causing 10 times the damage. In addition, I Love Hinata can also mark a certain enemy's weakness, and the mark lasts for 10 seconds. Within 10 seconds, anyone who attacks that person's weakness can cause 10 times the damage. This Byakugan is one of the special skills of the ninja, and it is naturally very powerful. In addition, it is worth mentioning that the Byakugan conflicts with the Sharingan. If you already have the Sharingan, if you learn the Byakugan, the Sharingan, and your own Mangekyo and Susanoo will all be covered. If you already have the Byakugan, if you learn the Sharingan, the Byakugan will be covered. Damn, they really dare to come. Upon learning that Yang Tian and his men invaded the border of the Ninja Empire, the 8 Gates Madman cursed angrily. Madman, and Sai Gao, Ji Feng, Alang, it's not because you are not strong enough and were chopped down, making people mistakenly think that there are no strong people in our shinobi department, so the Muddy Waters dare to do whatever they want. You rubbish, it's really embarrassing. I Love Hinata sneered. Love dog. Stop talking nonsense. Even if you were there, you still couldn't be a match for the Muddy Water guys. If you want to deal with the Muddy Water guys, the 2 bosses must go out in person. The madman and his men were fighting each other. Interesting, really interesting. I thought I had to wait until the World League to kill them, but I didn't expect them to come here now. Lei Yingshun laughed wildly, his body trembling slightly, and he wanted to rush out to fight Yang Tian and his men immediately. This man is very warlike. After all, he has difficulty finding opponents in the Japanese war zone, and he has a feeling of loneliness as a master. For him, having opponents is a very happy thing. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 616. Shun, wait a moment, Hokage suddenly said. Raikage-shun was startled. After the previous analysis, we concluded that Han Shui and his men have some means of locating the coordinates of the sacred beasts. Their purpose is to find sacred beasts everywhere and kill them. And their invasion of our ninja empire now is enough to prove that there is a sacred beast hidden in this ninja empire that we don't even know about. Hokage Kai's eyes flickered, which surprised everyone present. There are sacred beasts in the ninja empire, how come we don't know? Boss, you want? Raikage-shun laughed slyly, as if he understood something. They can't find the sacred beasts, but Yang Tian can, so they can find the sacred beasts with Yang Tian's help. Well, I want Han Shui to lead us. After all, the sacred beasts of our empire can't be given to them cheaply. Hokage Kai smiled, and Raikage-shun and the others all smiled slightly, secretly sighing that the old ones are still the best. Let's go, let's follow them first, and when they find the sacred beast, we will take action. Hokage Kai waved his hand, and the 7 members of the ninja team were dispatched. Yang Tian and his men flew rapidly towards the red dot coordinates on the search instrument. They didn't know that Hokage Kai and his men were tracking them. After all, there were not only Hokage Kai and his men following them, but many people. In this way, after several hours of flying, Yang Tian and his men landed at a hero cemetery in the Ninja Empire. There are many hero tombstones in the hero cemetery, burying the bodies of many heroic ancestors in the Ninja Empire. Yang Tian glanced at the instrument in his hand and found that the red dot, that is, the sacred beast, was nearby. Why are they coming to the hero cemetery? Is the sacred beast there? In the jungle of the hero cemetery, Hokage Kai and his men squatted on the treetops, looking up at the movements of Yang Tian and his men. There are no ordinary monsters in the cemetery, how could there be a sacred beast? Hokage Kai and his men were all puzzled. This divine beast should be a corpse of a ninja, Yang Tian thought to himself in the cemetery. He didn't know much about Japanese divine beasts, but he knew about the corpse of a ninja. It is said that after the death of a god-level ninja, his body may turn into a corpse, which is a corpse of a ninja. According to the setting of Taigzu, after the death of an NPC, the soul leaves the body, and the corpse of a ninja is naturally an independent life, with low intelligence and no memory of his life. Dig, the divine beast must be hidden in a tomb. Yang Tian took out a shovel and called. The search instrument cannot locate a point accurately, but can only lock a rough range, which is already quite good. Okay, the yellow-haired man nodded, took out shovels, and dug frantically with Yang Tian. Damn, are they digging graves? Assholes, hateful. Although they are digging graves for NPCs, this is the territory of our ninja empire after all. Don't the muddy water treat us as human beings? Looking at the actions of Yang Tian and his friends, the 8 Gates madman, Mizukage Lang, I Love Hyuga Hinata and others were all furious, and they wanted to rush out and hammer Yang Tian and his friends to death immediately. Don't be impulsive, wait until they find the sacred beast first. Hokage Kai frowned. A moment later, Yang Tian and his friends dug out crystal coffins one by one, and in each crystal coffin, there was a heroic ninja corpse sleeping. Yang Tian used the Eye of Truth to scan them one by one, and there was no impure world ninja corpse in them. Continue digging. Yang Tian and his friends worked together and finally dug out another crystal coffin. And that crystal coffin actually moved. No, to be precise, it was the corpse in the crystal coffin that moved. It was a living corpse, the impure world ninja corpse. Hiss. Except for Yang Tian, Huang Mao Xiaofei and his men, as well as Hokage Kai and his men outside the cemetery, were all startled. Immediately. Bang. The crystal coffin exploded, and the impure world ninja corpse jumped out and landed steadily. The impure world ninja corpse is not only a living thing, but also a god-level life. It can easily shatter the crystal coffin. Its entire body is made of a special substance called impure earth, like a porcelain that is about to break, with scars all over its body. Its hands and feet are intact, and it still maintains its appearance before death, but its eyes are dull, as if it has not awakened its spiritual wisdom. Between breaths, white air flows out of its mouth that can be seen by the naked eye. It's actually a divine beast. Hokage Kai and his men were all excited, but they did not rush out, but suppressed it. Don't worry, watch them fight first. The impure world ninja corpse may be able to force out the protection of the Suanwoo divine turtle. Hokage Kai smiled and instructed. Everyone nodded, only Raikage-shun trembled all over, wishing to rush out immediately. But he also understood that even if it was him, even if the 7 people joined forces, the protection of the turtle of Suanwoo would still be difficult to deal with. So he could only wait. Swoosh. 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 Many ninjutsu need to be released by seals, which is like the chanting of mages. Taegzu has a special attribute for ninjas, the speed of seals. The higher the speed of seals, the shorter the time required for seals, and it can even be released instantly. This filthy ninja corpse is not very intelligent. Although it still vaguely remembers many ninjutsu in its lifetime, it is very unskilled. Now its seal speed is very slow. With its hands crossed, it can only complete one action in 1 second, which makes people sweat for it. Swish. Throat slashing. Yang Tian suddenly rushed out and came to the front of the filthy ninja corpse at a high speed. The dagger in his hand instantly cut the throat of the filthy ninja corpse. The action in the hands of the filthy ninja corpse came to an abrupt stop. Roar, it wailed, and the blood bar on its head instantly dropped, and the dirty soil around it fell off at a speed visible to the naked eye. Hiss. Outside the cemetery, Hokage Kai and others opened their mouths and gasped. Yang Tian actually killed the dirty world ninja corpse in one move, and killed a divine beast in one move, which made Hokage Kai and others unbelievable. If Miyamoto Takeshi was here, he would never be surprised, because he knew that Yang Tian had the blood of the white tiger. That's right, this dirty world ninja corpse is also a dark life. The passive power of Yang Tian's white tiger blood can cause 10 times the real damage to it. Killing it in one move is too normal. Muddy Water is just a holy king, he actually has such a terrifying combat power. Raikage-shun was stunned for a moment, and his pride was instantly restrained. His face was serious and solemn, and it couldn't be more. Just kidding, Yang Tian showed such a monster-like method, which is enough to make all masters ashamed. Who dares to be proud? Of course, this is because Yang Tian has the blood of the white tiger, and now Yang Tian happens to be fighting the dark life. But, the Raikage-shun, the Hokage Kai and others don't know. I have to say, they are really pitiful. In the same war zone, Miyamoto Takeshi and others have already known that Yang Tian has the blood of the white tiger, the dragon, and the black tortoise. Because the Emperor's Legion, the fallen angels and their shinobi have a bad relationship, the information between them is not exchanged. They were all beaten to their nests, but they still couldn't join forces. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 617. Oh my god, don't steal my first kill. Huang Mao and his men were not surprised by Yang Tian's various methods. Huang Mao even started to criticize him. After all, among them, only Huang Mao killed the beast with his own hands, which was meaningful. Yang Tian smiled and said, "Don't worry, look." Huang Mao and his men followed Yang Tian's gaze and saw that the filthy earth around the corpse had all fallen off. Now, there was only a green gem the size of an egg floating in the air. That was the corpse pill. As long as the corpse pill was intact, the filthy earth ninja corpse would be immortal. The next moment, some filthy earth slowly grew around the corpse pill at a speed visible to the naked eye. Soon, A section of the lower abdomen grew out, and the corpse pill was hidden in the Danshan area under the navel. The filthy earth ninja corpse was reborn, and the section of the lower abdomen was still growing slowly, and a blood bar appeared on the top of the head, which was less than 1%. In other words, it is still very fragile at present, and when it is fully resurrected, its blood volume will be fully restored. As for the corpse pill itself, it is very fragile and will explode with one hit. Huang Mao and his companions are all super strong and have a very deep understanding of the game. They can understand it with just one look. Huang Mao also showed a satisfied smile. The reborn impure world ninja corpse is still quite weak now. He can easily kill it, and then smash the corpse pill again, and then he can get the first kill of the impure world ninja corpse. That impure world ninja corpse can actually be reborn and recreated. As long as the corpse pill is intact, it will be immortal. After a little shock, Hokage, Raikage Shun and others also quickly understood. Raikage Shun's fighting spirit soared, and finally he couldn't hold it back, and suddenly rushed out. Seeing that Raikage Shun had already rushed out, Hokage and others didn't think much about it, and rushed out at the same time. A total of 7 people rushed out towards Yang Tian and his companions, among whom Raikage Shun even directly used a big move. Thunder Release Kylin. Raikage Shun stretched out his hand to dig the sky, cracked thunder and lightning flashed above the sky, and dark clouds covered the sky. Countless lightning bolts instantly formed a thunder kirin, which roared and shook the world. The thunder kirin rushed towards Yang Tian and his companions with a domineering aura that changed the color of the world. Roar! Suanwei roared at the same time, summoning the phantom of the divine turtle, covering Yang Tian and his companions. Boom! The thunder kirin suddenly hit the phantom of the divine turtle, and a strong wind blew. Billions of lightning bolts scattered out, illuminating the dark sky like daylight. However, the thunder kirin was like an embroidered pillow, which looked good but was useless. With a full strength attack, the blood bar on Suanwei's head did not drop at all. There was no way. Lei Yingshun, he was only a saint king after all. It would be strange if he could shake Suanwei. The thunder kirin disappeared, and the dark clouds above the sky retreated, and the earth rejuvenated. At this time, Lei Yingshun had already rushed into the phantom of the divine turtle. This person is unruly and unrestrained, with hands and feet that are 1 centimeter longer than ordinary people, giving people a sense of agility. He was seen with his body slightly arched, running fast like a monkey, and on his outstretched hands, dazzling white electric currents flashed. Thunder Release, Chidori Flow. Crack! A total of 6 electric currents shot out from the palms of Lei Yingshun, and instantly hit Yang Tian and the other 6 people. Unfortunately, those electric currents disappeared immediately after hitting Yang Tian and the others, without causing any damage or effect to them. You know, in addition to output, this Chidori flow can also paralyze the enemy. Lei Yingshun sneered, and understood in his heart, it turns out that this Shengi Phantom is not to protect teammates from harm, but to protect teammates from being attacked. That is completely 2 different things. Not being harmed is just not being harmed, and you may also be dizzy, paralyzed, poisoned, burned, etc. And not being attacked means being invincible and immune to everything. The attacks and special effects of Chidori flow are all borne by Suanwei alone. Suanwei didn't lose much blood, but he did fall into a paralyzed state. There was a layer of electric current flashing around his body from time to time, which greatly restricted his movements. However, it didn't matter whether it moved or not. No matter how crazy Lei Yingshun was, he alone couldn't have any idea about Suanwei. Boy, you are quite brave, Xiao Fei sneered, and the 8 wings behind him moved, rushing towards Lei Yingshun. Lei Yingshun was also a strong man on the world list, and Xiao Fei naturally knew about it, but he didn't take it seriously. A mere saint king, he Xiao Fei is an 8-winged angel, there is really no need to take it seriously. Xiao Fei rushed out, as fast as the wind, and his speed was twice as fast as Lei Yingshun. However, just when the dagger in Xiao Fei's hand was about to touch Lei Yingshun, the latter's momentum shook. 8 gates, open. Lei Yingshun let out a long roar, and a surging breath burst out from his body. At this time, his skin turned dark red, steam flowed on his body, his short hair also turned dark red and stood up, his eyes were wide open, and he had a demon-like aura. The 8 gates are the gates of death. Once the gates of death are opened, all attributes are at 200%, that is, all attributes are tripled. Its effect is comparable to that of the Emperor-level Greedy Wolf bloodline, but the latter is passive, can last forever, and has no negative status. The Gate of Death can only last for 3 minutes, and after 3 minutes, he will die. A comparison shows the difference. However, within these 3 minutes alone, the Thunder Shadow Shun is comparable to Miyamoto Takeshi, and he is not a dark life. If the Greedy Wolf bloodline is the strongest bloodline, then the 8 gates are the strongest buff, a moment of beauty, nothing else. Because even if it is a dragon transformation, it only doubles all the attributes, while the Emperor-level Greedy Wolf bloodline and the 8 gates triple all the attributes. This gap is not small. Swoosh. In an instant, Lei Yingshun's speed soared, and his speed instantly surpassed Xiao Fei, and wherever he passed, there was a residual image. If the basic speed of a god-level strongman is 100, then Xiao Fei's basic speed in the form of an 8-winged angel is 180, Lei Yingshun is just a holy king, and his basic speed is only 70 points. Once the 8 gates are opened, Lei Yingshun's speed instantly soared to 210, crushing Xiao Fei. After Lei Yingshun dodged Xiao Fei's attack in an instant, Xiao Fei wanted to chase him again, but he could no longer catch up with him. Gravity. Suddenly, Qin Yu clenched his palm, causing a terrible vortex to appear in the center of Lei Yingshun's feet. The vortex had a strong gravitational force, which greatly reduced Lei Yingshun's speed. Explosive flame technique. Qin Yu released it again, and shot out a huge fireball with a diameter of 10 yards, blasting towards Lei Yingshun. Lei Yingshun was only a Saint King after all, and his HP was only 200 to 300 million at best. Even if the 8 gates were opened, his HP would definitely be less than 900 million. Even though his defense was extremely strong now, Qin Yu was an 8-winged angel with explosive combat power, and it was very easy to deal 900 million damage to him. In front of the god-level strong, especially the 8-winged angel and the 8-winged demon, the Saint King realm was too weak, and no matter how strong the attributes were, it was still an ant, unless there was a super strong shield. With a bang, the huge fireball released by Qin Yu hit Lei Yingshun, but the latter instantly turned into a wooden stake and disappeared in the flames. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 618. After Shun Reikage used his substitute technique to dissolve Qin Yu's explosive flames, his original body had already escaped from the range of gravity and rushed towards the Impure World Ninja Corps. Although the Impure World Ninja Corps was in the Phantom of the Divine Turtle, the Divine Turtle Guardian issued by Suanwu would obviously only protect his teammates, not the Impure World Ninja Corps, and it was also impossible to protect Shun Reikage, who was in the Phantom of the Divine Turtle. At this time, after a few seconds of recovery, the Impure World Ninja Corps had grown its lower abdomen and chest, and had grown half of its neck and half of its arms. Its head HP had also recovered to 20%. Lightning Release, Chidori. Shun Reikage stretched out his right hand, stretched his hand into a claw, and a sharp lightning condensed in his claw instantly. Chi-chi-chi, the lightning crushed the air, emitting a sharp sound wave like 1,000 birds singing together, shocking people's eardrums. This Chidori is a magic melee skill. I saw Shun the Thunder Shadow holding the Chidori and running all the way, leaving a trail of after images behind him, rushing towards the Impure World Ninja Corps at a very fast speed. Although Shun the Thunder Shadow is a Saint King, he has opened the 8 gates and his combat power is also quite terrifying. At this time, his basic combat power is as high as 10 billion, and the combat power of the Chidori is as high as 1 trillion, and if the fighting spirit is counted, it is 8 trillion. The Impure World Ninja Corpse has only recovered 20% of its HP now, and it is easy for him to kill the Impure World Ninja Corpse with the Chidori. As long as he kills the Impure World Ninja Corpse in seconds, the corpse pill will appear again, and he will crush the corpse pill again, and he can get the first kill of the Impure World Ninja Corpse. Dog Guts. Seeing Shun the Thunder Shadow dare to do whatever he wants in the Phantom of the Divine Turtle, Huang Mao Xiaofei and others were instantly furious, and hurriedly joined forces to rush towards Shun the Thunder Shadow. It's a pity that with their speed, they can't catch up with Shun the Thunder Shadow. Shun the Thunder Shadow can do whatever he wants with this speed alone. Lion's Roar. Yang Tian's speed is naturally far slower than that of Raikage Shun, and now he can only use large-scale skills. Lightning Escape Lightning Shield. A lion's phantom appeared behind Yang Tian, and they both roared, and a visible golden sound wave swept out in all directions. However, at that moment, a lightning shield was generated around Raikage Shun, offsetting the golden sound wave. Compared to the Impure World Shinobi, many of Raikage Shun's lightning escapes do not require seals, and can be directly cast instantly. Even for the ultimate skill of lightning escape Qilin, he did not seem to seal. The speed of a ninja seal is the same as the speed of a mage's chanting. When it reaches a certain level, when a skill is used, the seal or chanting time is less than 0.1 seconds, there is no need to seal or chant, and it can be directly cast instantly. Yang Tian has the dark affinity of the Lich King, and this Raikage Shun obviously has some similar means, or multiple similar means of resistance are superimposed. One of the 3 strongest men in the Japanese theater, it is not a false name. After cancelling the lion's roar, the lightning shield also disappeared. Although this lightning shield can resist everything, it only works for 1 second. Afterwards, Raikage Shun kept running, with lightning flashing in his hand and Chidori screaming, and continued to rush towards the Impure World Ninja Corpse. The speed was so fast that it was despairing. Flashing. Just when Raikage Shun was about to assassinate the Impure World Ninja Corpse with Chidori in his hand, Yang Tian's body swung and suddenly appeared in front of Raikage Shun. Because it was too abrupt, Raikage Shun had no time to retract his move, and the Chidori in his hand naturally hit Yang Tian. Unfortunately, Chidori disappeared in that instant and could not produce any subsequent effects. That was obviously because the Chidori was borne by Suanwu alone. Dragon Transformation. Undercurrent. Yang Tian used skills instantly in succession, doubling his own speed and weakening Raikage Shun's speed. Now, if Yang Tian's speed is 140, Raikage Shun is only 147 points in the range of the undercurrent. Although Yang Tian's speed is still not as fast as Lei Ying Shun's, the gap is very small. Under the gravitational pull of the undercurrent, Lei Ying Shun's heart moved. He knew that as long as he was still within the range of the undercurrent, even if his speed was still very fast, he would still surpass Yang Tian, but he would not be as fast as Xiaofei, Qin Yu, and the 2 8-winged angels. With this thought, he already felt the danger in his heart. Sword Dance. Yang Tian suddenly spun sharply, and a black whirlwind swept out in all directions. But Lei Ying Shun predicted in advance, and quickly used the instant body technique to distance himself from Yang Tian. While perfectly dodging the sword dance, he escaped to the outside of the virtual image of the divine turtle, and at the same time escaped from the gravitational range of Yang Tian's undercurrent. Yang Tian's attack continued. Bang! The incomplete body of the Impure World Ninja Corpse exploded in response. Yang Tian instantly stopped the sword dance and stopped, and the green corpse pill of the Impure World Ninja Corpse was also frozen in mid-air. Yellow hair, Yang Tian shouted. Swish! Before Yang Tian finished speaking, the yellow-haired man had already rushed out and shot at the corpse pill. Bang! The corpse pill shattered. The yellow-haired man finally got the first kill of the impure world ninja corpse, and the Japanese war zone broadcast sounded, causing the face of the Thunder Shadow Shun to darken instantly. The black tortoise is indeed powerful, but when I become a god, this black tortoise and the guardian of the divine turtle will be vulnerable. The Thunder Shadow Shun laughed arrogantly. He does have the capital, after all, the 8 gates are too strong. And as the strongest man in the ninja department, he probably has more powerful means than the 8 gates. But now, you are only a saint king after all, and your life is fragile. Yang Tian sneered, and the undercurrent under his feet surged, and he rushed out suddenly, like a huge black wave, hitting the Thunder Shadow Shun. This undercurrent is a super large-scale skill, and even if the speed of the Raikage Shun is fast, it is difficult to dodge. Mangekyo Sheri non Kamikyo. I saw that the originally dark eyes of the Raikage Shun were instantly scarlet, 1 Megatama, 2 Megatama, 3 Megatama, Mangekyo. All this was completed in just a moment. Whoosh! I saw that the black huge wave was actually sucked into the left eye of the Raikage Shun, without a drop left. Immediately, the right eye glared, and the black huge wave rushed out, returning to the original path, rushing towards Yang Tian and others. Of course, the black huge wave was offset by the phantom of the divine turtle, and Yang Tian and others were fine. Only Suanwei was attacked, and Suanwei was also fine. This guy. The faces of Yang Tian and Huang Mao all changed. Instant body technique, substitute technique, lightning shield, and now Kamui. How many life-saving skills does this guy have? Raikage Shun joined with Hokage Kai and others. Above the cemetery, Yang Tian and others were within the protection range of the phantom of the divine turtle, standing opposite to the Raikage Shun, the Hokage Kai and others outside, and the atmosphere was tense. As time passed, more and more Japanese players came to watch the battle after hearing the news, and they talked a lot. "Boss, let's retreat, become gods, and fight again," Raikage Shun suddenly said, his face full of excitement. In this battle, he did not reveal all his cards, and there were still Susanoo and the power of the tailed beast that were not exposed. But his realm was still too low. Even if he was at full power, his combat power might soar to a terrifying level, but his HP was still too low. He hated failure and did not want to fight a battle he was not sure of. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 619. Hokage Kai nodded solemnly. He was much more mature and stable than Raikage Shun, so he could understand the situation in front of him. Yang Tian and his men and Suanwei were indeed too strong. Even if they continued to fight, they would have little chance of winning. But after they became gods, it might be different. Even the impulsive and competitive Raikage Shun knew how to advance and retreat, so he naturally knew better. "Let's go." Hokage Kai gave an order, and Hokage Kai and his men teleported away. Only Raikage Shun was in the attacking state and had not retreated yet. He could not use the teleportation stone in the next few seconds. The yellow-haired men focused their eyes on Yang Tian, indicating whether to pursue. Yang Tian just waved his hand. Raikage Shun was in the dead gate state, and his speed was too fast for them to catch up. The undercurrent would only be effective if Yang Tian caught up with the enemy and made the enemy within the gravitational range of the undercurrent. If he could not catch up, it would naturally have no effect. Muddy waters, after I become a god, I will be much stronger than I am now. See you in the World League, don't let me down. Looking at Yang Tian, Raikage Shun sneered. I'm afraid I will be disappointed by then. After all, I will be truly invincible after I become a god. Yang Tian sneered in response. Haha, you are so arrogant. Raikage Shun left a sentence, and the man had already turned into white light and escaped. He was naturally not afraid of the Death Gate. After all, the shinobi department also has priests, so at least he will not be demoted. I just arrived, and it's gone. Loud thunder, little rain. Wake up, man, this is already good. Muddy Waters has Suanwu and 2 8-winged angels, but the shinobi department is all holy kings. It's amazing that they can get away unscathed. Miyamoto Takeshi and others were all wiped out. Many onlookers talked a lot, and they were still not satisfied. A big battle ended before the winner was decided. But Yang Tian and his group had already achieved their goal. After all, Huang Mao had already taken the first kill of the Impure World Ninja Corps. Yang Tian and his group began to clean up the spoils. Impure World Ninja Corps Bloodline, Sunlight/Consumables after use, the attributes are greatly improved, and the Bloodline skills Impure World Transformation and Impure World Corpse Body are obtained. Impure World Transformation, passive after death, the Impure World Transformation has a second life. Impure World Corpse Body, passive, it can only be triggered after the Impure World Transformation, and the body has a corpse pill. If the corpse pill is not destroyed, it will not die. Passive Resurrection, Yang Tian smiled slightly. Huang Mao only wanted the blood of the Dragon Clan, and the others had no need for blood. Yang Tian took it as a duty and took it in one gulp. So far, he already had 6 bloodlines in his body. The blood of the Divine Dragon, the blood of the White Tiger, the blood of the Black Tortoise, the blood of the Lich King, the blood of the Evil Suppressing Stone Lion, and the blood of the Impure World Ninja Corps. This Impure World Ninja Corps bloodline, even in reality, is probably effective. However, reality is different from the game. In the game, Yang Tian died and was reincarnated into the Impure World. Even if he died again and his corpse pill was shattered by others, he could continue to revive in the game. But in reality, Yang Tian died and was reincarnated into the Impure World, and he would not be able to die again. Even if he didn't die, he would always be the Impure World, so what's the point of living? In the game, Yang Tian cannot care. But in reality, Yang Tian is absolutely unwilling to live the rest of his life in the Impure World form, so he might as well die. Therefore, Yang Tian will only transition to the Impure World Shinobi bloodline in the game. If he encounters a better bloodline, he will definitely replace it. Ordinary people can replace bloodlines, and of course the King of Others can, but he has not yet collected all 7 bloodlines. Okay, the trip to the Japanese war zone has ended successfully, let's go. Yes. Yang Tian led the team to leave the Japanese war zone and continue to look for mythical beasts to kill in the world's oceans. In a flash, more than half a month has passed. During this period, in addition to activities in the world's oceans, Yang Tian and his companions occasionally went to other overseas war zones to look for divine beasts to kill. The Chinese war zone and the Japanese war zone are both extremely powerful war zones. During that period, there were not many super strong people in the overseas war zones that Yang Tian and his companions went to, and there were even no super strong people. Yang Tian and his companions acted recklessly. June 23, 2134. Huang Mao finally killed hundreds of divine beasts, bathed in the blood of divine beasts, and was promoted to the human king. At the same time, Yang Tian and Huang Mao were already level 199, and they were only one step away from becoming a god at the full level. Yang Tian already had many powerful and satisfactory bloodlines, and only the bloodline of the Dirty World Ninja Corps was considered excessive. As for the other 5 bloodlines, they would definitely not be replaced. And Huang Mao, Divine Dragon Bloodline, Divine Tyrannosaurus Rex Bloodline, Holy Beast Water Dragon Bloodline, Holy Beast Flame Dragon Bloodline, Holy Beast Green Dragon Bloodline. A total of 5 bloodlines. Although the human king can have 7 bloodlines at the same time, the attributes of the 7 bloodlines cannot be superimposed. They only have one bloodline attribute. The most powerful thing about the human king is that he has many bloodline skills. In other words, Huang Mao has 3 bloodlines of holy beasts in his body, but the attributes of his bloodline are the same as Yang Tian and all the god-level strong men. This is not a disadvantage. However, the bloodline skills of holy beasts are definitely not as good as the bloodline skills of divine beasts, there is no doubt about this. However, Huang Mao only needs to devour the divine nature to evolve the bloodline of the holy beast in his body, and it is 100% successful. Now in the entire human world of Taixu, there are very few god-level NPCs still alive, which means that the divine nature is also very rare. But Huang Mao is not panicked at all, he is about to become a god at the maximum level. At that time, he will go to the god realm, slaughter the god-level NPC, obtain the godhead, and evolve the blood of the holy beast in his body. The time is up to June 23, 2134. On that day, many god-level players have appeared on the world ranking list. For example, South Korea's Velvet, Kixuan, the United States' Super, Caesar the Great, the United Kingdom's Buddy Duke, Japan's Miyamoto Takeshi, Naruto Kai, Raikage Shun, etc. At the same time, many artifacts have appeared on the world equipment list, crushing Yang Tian's AD 100 blood-sucking staff ranking. Yang Tian was not surprised at all. He can kill the beast and explode the artifact, so others can definitely do it. It's just that most of the artifacts in Taixu are level 200 artifacts, which means that only god-level strongmen can equip them and be on the list. Just like Yang Tian's Lich King Scepter, Thorn Dragon Armor, and Divine Power Ring, Yang Tian is now level 199 and still cannot equip them. In the next few days, Yang Tian, Huang Mao, and others leveled up by killing monsters. On the 28th of that month, Yang Tian finally reached level 200 and became a god. Instantly, his attributes skyrocketed, and his lower level limit was also raised to level 200. In other words, no matter how he died, his level would not drop, and the same was true for other god-level players. For Taixu, the HP of god-level players is not limited by the system. Even if they are squishy, they have at least 1 trillion, and the lower level limit is raised to level 200. This is a new starting point. Super God Undead Lord. Author, B.A. Wang Shi-san. Chapter 620. Swish. 2 skill books appeared in Yang Tian's hand, namely, Summon Lich King and Soul Chasing Arrow. Yang Tian clapped his hands and learned 2 skills in succession. The skill of summoning Lich King has no level, and it is maxed out by default. Yang Tian can only summon 1 Lich King through this skill, and the Lich King can exist for a maximum of 5 minutes. As for Soul Chasing Arrow, Yang Tian directly used skill points to max it out. Anyway, by now, he has learned almost all the skills, and he still has more than 1000 skill points, so many that he can't use them up at all. Yang Tian finally reached the realm of God, and he had a total of god-level undead under his command, 1 Lich King, 5 Bone Dragons. And, because Yang Tian is a god-level necromancer, he can summon an additional god-level undead. But for that god-level undead, Yang Tian cannot summon the Lich King or the Bone Dragon, but can only summon other god-level undead. That is to say, Yang Tian now has 7 god-level undeads under his command. In fact, there are far more than that, because the Lich King can also summon 5 divine beasts, bone dragons. In addition to the god-level undeads, Yang Tian can also summon the Black Knight Legion, the Nether Assassin Legion, the Vampire Count Legion, the Hell 3-Headed Dog Legion, and the Skeleton Demon General Legion, each with a number of 100, and the realm is all Saint King. 1 Little Devil, 500 Werewolf Zombie King Legions, all of which are immortal kings. 2000 Skeleton Warrior Legions, Skeleton Wizard Legions, Skeleton Archer Legions, etc., each with a number of 1000, all of which are Spirit Kings. Xianyuan Empire, Palace Warehouse. There, Yang Tian stored 3 artifacts, the Lich King Scepter, the Thorn Dragon Armor, and the Divine Power Ring. Yang Tian has the blood of the White Tiger, and the effect of the Divine Power Ring is comparable to the White Tiger Bloodline's Divine Power Exorcism. The effects of the two are exactly the same and cannot be superimposed. Yang Tian didn't need it. Moreover, Yang Tian already had the hero ring of Amos in his ring. That ring also had magic energy conversion integrated into it. It was one of Yang Tian's ultimate equipment and could never be replaced. Yang Tian took out the three artifacts, and then strengthened the Lich King's scepter and the Thorn Dragon armor to add 100 respectively. As for the Divine Power Ring, it was a type of jewelry, and jewelry could not be strengthened. Natural Furnace. This item can fuse two pieces of equipment of the same type. One main device and one secondary device. One of the additional attributes of the secondary device can be integrated into the main device, and the secondary device is damaged. The Lich King's scepter and the blood-sucking staff are both magic staffs, belonging to the same type of equipment. The blood-sucking staff itself is only at the level of the royal equipment, and it has only one additional special effect, blood-sucking. Yang Tian used the Lich King's scepter as the main device and the blood-sucking staff as the secondary device, and put them into the natural furnace at the same time. Fusion. Add 100 Lich King Scepter, Artifact. Level 200. Equipment Type, Staff. Basic Magic Attack add 1 million. Asterisk Enhancement Bonus, Basic Magic Attack add 10 million. Asterisk Fusion Bonus, Blood Sucking. Additional Passive, Dark Attribute Skill Damage add 100%. Additional Passive, Dark Attribute Skill, Chanting Time minus 50%. Additional Passive, Dark Attribute Skill, Cooldown Time minus 50%. Additional Skill, Wrath of the Lich King, Active Summon a Lich King to assist in combat. The Lich King can exist for up to 5 minutes. Skill CD, 30 minutes. Additional Skill, Badge of the Lich King, Passive every time a target is killed, a soul puppet of the same strength can be summoned after the soul puppet appears. It can exist for up to 30 seconds. Haha, this is definitely my most perfect weapon. Yang Tian laughed out loud with excitement. Although the add 100 blood-sucking staff has been gloriously sacrificed, it has been exchanged for the perfect add 100 Lich King scepter. Wrath of the Lich King can summon a Lich King. That means Yang Tian can summon 2 Lich Kings. However, Yang Tian's own Lich King can only exist for 5 minutes at most, and the CD is also 5 minutes. The Lich King summoned by Wrath of the Lich King can only exist for 5 minutes at most, but the CD is 30 minutes, which is a big difference. The Bane of the Lich King is a passive skill. After that, no matter who Yang Tian kills, he can summon a soul puppet of the same strength, which is even more terrifying. But the soul puppet can only exist for 30 seconds at most. Muddy Water, ID. Occupation, Overlord of the Undead. Warzone, China. Empire, Xianyuan Empire. Bloodline, Dragon Bloodline, White Tiger Bloodline, Black Tortoise Bloodline, Lich King Bloodline, Evil Suppressing Stone Lion Bloodline, Evil Ninja Corpse Bloodline. Level 200, God Realm. Heart of the God Tree Talent, 10% mana recovery per second. HP, 2 trillion. Basic Combat Power, 50 billion. Maximum Combat Power, 2,500 trillion, need to go to the practice field to hit wooden stakes before continuing to refresh. Summoning Skills. Output Skills, Bone Spear, TP Bone Spear, Cursed Arrow, Damage Aggravation, Dark Sea of Fire, Corpse Explosion, Undercurrent. Passive Skills, TP Skeleton Warrior, TP Curse Arrow, TP Dark Sea of Fire, Undercurrent, TP Undercurrent. Auxiliary Skills, Ghost Hand, Blink, Undead Transfer, Darkness Descent, Bone Shield, Curse, Weakness, Bone Wall, Dark Incarnation. Major Skills, Summon Lich King, Summon Bone Dragon, Soul Chaser. Special Skills, Skeleton Manufacturing, Eye of Truth, Call the Wind and Rain. Professional exclusive skills, Undead Slavery, Undead Transformation, Extreme Summoning, Undead Sacrifice. Equipment additional skills, Lucky Addition, Lion's Roar, Tourist Tiangang, Demon Subduing Net, Wrath of the Lich King, Disaster of the Lich King. Skills of the Divine Dragon Bloodline, Divine Dragon Constitution, Divine Dragon Transformation. Skills of the White Tiger Bloodline, Shocking the Mountains and Forests, Divine Power Exorcises Evil. Skills of the Black Tortoise Bloodline, Divine Turtle Guardian, Life Revival. Skills of the Lich King Bloodline, Dark Affinity, Dark Domination. Skills of the Evil Suppressing Stone Lion Bloodline, Evil Suppressing Array, Immovable as a Mountain. Skills of the Impure Ninja Corpse Bloodline, Impure Earth Turnaround, Impure Earth Corpse. Hee. Glancing at the attribute list, Yang Tian smiled with satisfaction. What is invincible? This is invincible. As Yang Tian equipped add 100 Lich King Scepter and add 100 Thorn Dragon Armor on his body, these two pieces of equipment instantly ranked first and second on the world equipment list under the name of Muddy Water. All other equipment on the list moved down in order. There is no way around it. General artifacts and enhanced full-level artifacts are two different concepts. Through the equipment editing bar, Yang Tian could see that the Thorn Dragon armor looked quite cool, all black, open on both sides, and covered with finger-length white bone spurs. Yang Tian smiled slightly and took off the fashion top. In this way, the Thorn Dragon armor was worn on his body in the form of a top. This made him look like a warrior, but he was holding a staff in his hand. Master, just when Yang Tian was intoxicated and happy, the voice of Dr. Edith suddenly sounded in his mind. What, Doctor? Yang Tian was startled. Some time ago, Hill found a remnant soul of Her Highness Alice, and now I have finally found a remnant soul of Carrie, Edith said continuously. Finally found it? Yang Tian's heart trembled. At this point, he still felt a little guilty about the death of the two. Fortunately, the two can still be resurrected.